Hey everyone, I'm going to show you how to make a grilled cheese today. This is not just a regular grilled cheese, it is an elevated grilled cheese, and you can make it however you want. It's more than just bread and cheese on the frying pan on the stove. You can use any ingredients you want, but I'm going to tell you some of my favorite secrets to making a grilled cheese here. So I've already kind of started this a little bit just to kind of make this video go a little bit quicker. But you first want to start by choosing your favorite kind of bread you want to use. Today I'm making two sandwiches, one for myself, one for my husband, and we're really into this nice multi-grain seeded bread right now. So that's what I have ready for us today. You can use just regular white bread, just slice off the pieces you need, or any pre-sliced white bread you get from the store. You can even use cinnamon raisin bread if you want like a sweeter kind of sandwich, maybe put some cream cheese and some other stuff in there. Still gonna call it a grilled cheese, but definitely, again, an elevated grilled cheese. One of the things that I think really helps when you're making the grilled cheese is to use mayo on the outside of the bread. A lot of times people use butter, but today I'm gonna use mayo. I think it makes a really nice golden kind of crust on the outside. So all you would do is just squeeze a little on your bread, or spread however you choose. So put that just on the outside, all right, on the outside of all of the slices. So I already have it actually on the bottom, on the outside of this slice. Okay, another trick I really like is on the inside of the slices, you want to have some fun spread. Maybe just a little bit. You don't want to make the bread soggy. On mine here, you see a green spread. This is pesto. I'm just going to put a little bit more on here, make a little bit of a heavier layer because I really like this flavor. It's a very strong flavor, but it's just something we want to just taste throughout each bite of the sandwich. Over here, my husband requested some horseradish, so I'll show you how I just put a little bit on there. I already put a little bit here before, and just spread that so that each bite gets a nice zest of flavor. All right, so on to the next step. We have the mayo on the outside of the breads, we have our fun spread on the insides, and now we're ready to add our cheese. So for my sandwich, I just wanted a little bit of shredded mozzarella, just kind of be a little bit of a glue here. And then I wanted a slice of provolone cheese. Very sharp cheese, gonna give me a lot of flavor there. Over here, I had shredded up earlier some mozzarella and cheddar, and in my fun cheese grater here, it kind of just comes all together, and I've just been mixing this up, my cheddar and my mozzarella for this sandwich. Mixed up, that's going down. All right, next step is to add some sort of fun excitement to the sandwich. For me, I'm choosing sliced tomatoes. You really can choose anything you want. Check your pantry, check your fridge out. I was gonna use some leftovers from last night, some shredded chicken we had going from the crock pot, but I just decided on tomatoes. You could do anything, crushed Doritos. Over here, we're doing jalapenos and some ham cubes. Now I have my fun things going on in the middle. I'm gonna add my second layer of cheese. I think it's much easier to just stack one side of the sandwich and then put the lid on. If we were to put the rest of the shredded cheese over here and then close it up, that shredded cheese is going everywhere. So I like to just pile that one side of the sandwich high. So again, I got my little bit of mozzarella and my provolone, my last bit of shredded mozzarella going on top here. Again, adding some glue to my sandwich as it melts down when I cook it. And now I got that lid on top. I have my mayo, it's ready to go in the skillet. Over here, I'm gonna finish with my remainder of my cheddar and mozzarella. Again, stacking that one side of the sandwich high so that I minimize my mess when I'm cooking this later on the stovetop in my frying pan. All right. Horseradish side on the inside of the sandwich. We've got the mayo on the outside. And I'll meet you back over at the stove to show you how I'm gonna grill these up on the stovetop. So a trick that I have is if you use the lid, that will help keep the heat in the pan, and it will help your cheese melt a little bit. Depending on what type of cheese you have, your cheese may have a higher melting point or a lower melting point based on the temperature that the cheese melts. So depending on that cheese, you might need to keep as much heat in the pan as possible. Some cheeses like mozzarella melt very quickly, and you might not even need the lid if you're going to just use a mozzarella. But if you have a cheddar or a provolone or Swiss, like we have a couple of those in these sandwiches, I do want to keep a little bit of extra heat in there. Stick. All right, so this one's a little trickier. Like I was saying before, we've got only that shredded cheese in there. I'm going to lower my heat now because my pan has had more time to heat up. Usually the second sandwich, if you don't pay attention to that, you might get a little bit of a darker color than you want on that. If you're making more than one, hopefully you're making some for your family as well. All right, ready to serve up this second sandwich. Be careful, make sure you turn your stovetop off and move your skillet to a cool area of your stove so that it can cool down. And we'll come back to our cleaning later. So we're gonna enjoy these, but I hope that you enjoyed learning about how you can make an elevated grilled cheese sandwich. You can always, if you prefer plain with cheese, that is fine too. But if you want to take it up a notch, you have some other favorite ingredients at home, you can add that in as well. Have fun!